Hi guys, it's Chris with City or Homestead. So today is Thankful Thursday. I got to thinking I'm not going to change the name of the Thankful Thursday, but we really don't do a lot of that, do we? I mean, we do, but we do more chatting than anything, and so I'm going to keep it Thankful Thursday, but and we can all say what we are thankful for and grateful for, and I wish you would down in the comment section. And if you need prayer or anything, make sure that you put that down there too. We have an amazing community, and people do pray for each other, and so if you need it, or you know someone that does, put that in the comments too. I know for some reason, like, I'll do 98, 95% approval, and when I do my Thankful Thursdays, it's like 90, so, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but okay, that doesn't matter. But, what matters is the relationship between you and me, and the relationship between you, me, and our community. And that's what matters. It's not, did you do good on that video? Did you do this? No, it has nothing to do with that. It happens to do with our personal relationship. And that's what I think our Thankful Thursdays are for. It's for our personal relationship with each other and with God, and as a community, as friends, family. And I want to say again, I say it all the time, but I really truly love you guys. And over the weekend, you guys really had my back, and I can't tell you how much that meant to me. So I'm so thankful for you. So what I did like last week is I found a passage and I wanted to read it. And actually what's so funny is this the one I was married to for my first marriage. But I typed in something that, verses about the amazing love that God has for us. And so, this is the one I came up with. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful, or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith, and always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. And isn't that the truth? Yeah, it's the truth. And we need to look at that. So let's do a prayer before we get started. And I was talking to God before I got here. I'm like, if you could give me just a sign of what you want me to talk about, that would be great. And, well, I haven't heard anything yet. So, anyways. And when you pray, it doesn't have to be a fancy prayer. I walk around the house all the time talking to God and telling him, blah, 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 blah. And when I go on long trips for, work, whether it's an hour or two away, and instead of calling somebody else, I talk to God. We don't have to be legit prayer people that he listens to us all the time. It doesn't matter how we speak or how we say it. And sometimes we probably yell at God. I don't know. Well, maybe not yell him, but you know what I mean. Sometimes we're rejoiceful, or sometimes we're whatever. So anyway. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this another Thankful Thursday. Thank you for the whole entire community that watches this day, and that we hope that, we learn from each other and we grow from each other, and that we come closer to you. You know all of our needs, as you know us, each and every one of us, very, very well, even the non-believers. I know that sometimes we're so unworthy and we fall short from your grace. But I know that you're there to pick us up even when we fall, and no matter how far we fall. You'll pick us up, you hold us in your arms, and you will love us forever. I wish that that's something that all humans could learn to do. Instead of cutting each other down, that we bring each other up, and that we show each other how good we can truly be. Everyone's goals and aspirations are different, but you love us no matter what. It doesn't matter who we are, where we are, or what we are. You love us, and you care for us. I ask for any of those that have any troubles that they need to be taken care of, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever it is. I ask that you wrap your arms around us tighter and tighter and hold us up, Because sometimes, Lord, we feel like we're on a Titanic table and we're going down, and we keep cooking, and it's hard to keep ahead, hard to keep our head above water. But I know that you lift us up so that chin stays up, so that we can still breathe. I ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so let's get started. Part of that prayer was really kind of weird because my parents years ago, they were out ice fishing, and they fell below the ice, and no one came to help them until a jogger, like almost an hour later, seen them, and she goes, I'll call help, I'll call help. And they went through the water, and it happened that my dad, his foot hit a stump. And, you know, they're in these big old heavy duty, you know, all kinds of bundled up, you know, and so they're heavy, and when it's wet, it's even heavier. But my dad's foot and my mom's foot landed on that stump, and that's what kept them going. And actually, until that girl yelled, my mom was ready to step off because it was so bad. They put my dad on a board that heats you from the inside out, and actually my dad's back got burnt because they were so cold. So yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes God does put that little tiny stump there, and we just keep trying to breathe because we're trying to get through it. And that's kind of what last week was. And I wanted to address a little bit of that before we start cooking, but I have 2 sons and Tom has 1. My youngest one's about to be 30 in April. My oldest one is 32. Nate is 33. I was a single mom from the time they were 11 and 13, I want to think. But in all honesty, I was kind of a single mom before that. I love their dad like crazy, but some people just aren't meant for families. Anyway, so my boys, I taught them how to cook, clean, do laundry, budgeting, contraceptive, you know, bills, everything. I sat down with them and I taught them everything. And I didn't pound it in their head, but believe me, they knew. And my kids can budget like crazy. My boys have each owned their own home. They bought their first home when AJ was not quite a year old. And so he was about 25. My oldest one bought his house around 25. They both have jobs. Have they always been the best of jobs? No, but they've always worked, and they've worked hard. And for the lady that said that, I thank you guys all for coming in. My boys are very responsible young men. And, you know, sometimes doing things for, and you guys got it, sometimes doing things for your kids isn't for them. It's for you. Because when life gets tough, and the last few weeks have been pretty tough, you think back. You think back to when they were little and they needed you for everything. And even if you were tired and you were just worn out, and those kids saying, Mommy, Mommy, and they needed you. That was the greatest feeling in the world. And when I sat down and I was cooking for my boy, that's what I felt. You know, he doesn't need me. He doesn't need anything that I can make for him or anything I can do for him. But I needed to be needed, if that makes sense. So for that person that said that, and for those people that came to my rescue, I appreciate that. And before you go judging other people, and that's kind of in that Bible verse too, you might want to see what they're going through before you throw out all kinds of stuff. Because believe me, I sent my boys out into this world as prepared as they could be. Sorry. I wanted to address that because I have 3 actually. All 3 of our boys are very independent, very strong, and very good men. And they can all cook, clean, do laundry, and everything else. So, and actually, I think my boys are pretty good cooks. So, now that I got all teary-eyed, sorry. Just sorry. The other day, well, not the other day, a couple weeks ago, Jack and I were making something, and I needed pineapple chunks, and this is what they sent me. Crushed pineapple. There isn't a whole lot of things I use with that. But I happened to find a recipe, and we're going to make, we're going to make us some pineapple cake. I was going to do an apple cake, and then I decided, first I was going to do this one, then I was going to do the apple cake, and then I decided I'm going to do this one. So, you know, sometimes I change my mind a lot. All right, so now I need undrained, and we need a cup of all-purpose flour. I know Tom keeps saying he's going to bring me more sugar up from downstairs. And that hasn't happened yet. He's lucky I haven't run out. No kidding. That's another thing. We do mess around a lot. I hope everybody knows that. There's never any true seriousness. I mean, him and I really, we don't argue. We've had disagreements, but we don't argue. I decided from my last marriage, you know, if you can't get along and you can't talk it out, then you know what, it's kind of pointless. But you got to be able to have communication, and you got to be able to talk to one another and not yell at one another, because that accomplishes zero. All right, we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and that was soda. I always say that because, you know, I have, not lately, but I have in the past accidentally done soda instead of, yeah, powder. So that wasn't too smart. So that's my own downfall. And we need 2 eggs. Now, I'm not going to use the icing that it says in here because, you know, honestly, I bought some and I'm just going to use the store-bought one. I asked my son if he wanted me to make him anything, or I asked his girlfriend, and she's like, cake? I've been sending half the cake home every week, and boy, they've been loving that. She does daycare right now. Actually, she goes for her walkthrough at where my son works today, but she does daycare, and she starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes she's not done till 8 o'clock at night for the company that she works for. So, you know, sometimes it's hard for them to get meals. And my son, he works 10 hours a day, 10 or 12, I don't remember what it is. And he drives almost an hour to work, an hour back. And, you know, Bobby and Courtney do the same thing. And, well, Bobby, he drives wherever. Like yesterday was 3 hours away. And when they get home, they're tired. You know, they've, just driving alone, they've put in a lot of hours. So I think she's going to like this. She does the walkthrough today. I think she's going to like this a lot better. I think she's going to miss working with the kids. Then maybe that'll give her an idea to give me some grandbabies. Well, after they get married, of course. I think my son will marry this one. She's a good Christian girl. So was his first wife. But this one has brought him back to going to church and more worshiping, and I'm really excited about that. I really, really am excited about that, and that makes me very happy. I mean, what they do is what they do, but I'm glad. So anyway, now we're going to spray the bottom of my 9x13 pan. All right. And we're going to pour that mixture right into there. I like when things don't have a million different, you know, like put this and put that in there and do this and do that. And yeah, I'm really glad when it's the less ingredients, the better. Now my oven is preheated to 350. And we're going to throw that in the oven. Well, don't throw it in there, but we're going to put that in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Then there was something I was going to say and I just forgot it completely. Oh, the ingredients. So I put a thing on there because Carmen says, well, maybe you should ask for, you know, people to come up with ideas again. And I don't have to post that for you to tell me that or to ask that. Anytime that you guys see something that you think that I might like, you know, send it to my email. That's how I came up with the one poke cake and a couple other things. You know, the soup that I had with Uncle Charlie. Excuse me. Just send it to me. You don't have to, I don't have to post it. Just send me something. But I got to thinking, I have not even looked at next week's menu ideas or anything. And I was like, well, what do you want to come up with? And I got to thinking about crock pots. No, I'm not doing a bunch of crock pot meals. But, you know, I really do like to make my meals easy, simple, quick. Not long and drawn out so that you can throw together a few things and have an amazing meal for your family. So, next week, I am going to do, I haven't picked any recipes out yet, so hopefully I can come up with enough. But I'm going to do 5 ingredients or less for all next week for us to do our menu. And so hopefully we can come up with some really cool stuff. And I mean, 5 ingredients or less. I mean, what the heck? That's great. So anyways, I want to thank you guys again for last week and kind of coming to my defense and whatever. And I mean, like, I didn't have to say anything and you guys were like, whoop. And do you know, I mean, I can't tell you how good that feels that you guys care about me enough to have my back. And I appreciate that. So I'm so very, very thankful for you guys. I am very thankful and grateful for my Lord and Savior, for my family. I'm making deals with AJ right now because he's having a hard time learning to read. And he said to me, he goes, well, Grandma, will you help me? And I said, of course, baby, I'll help you. I'll sit right there and read with you. And whatever words that you can't come up with, Grandma will do. So Grandma bought a couple of books yesterday, and he loves Jughead. And so I paid way too much for some comic books that Tom will pick up tomorrow. They're used ones, but I'll leave them over here, and then when he learns, you know, as we get through them, then he can take them home. And we did a monetary thing to help him to try to learn how to read too. Let's see, hope that's a little incentive. He's a Scorpio like his grandma and kind of, well, I don't know what the word I want to use. Stubborn? Yeah, something like that. And hopefully, you know, hopefully he'll pick up on the reading. I get to go to his his teacher conference next Tuesday. And the following week, my son's going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I'm going to have those babies about 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be an adventure. But I can't imagine his mom's going to have even more an adventure. She's got to do all that stuff. Yes, I'm touching my hair, but I'm not cooking anything. I am truly thankful for my channel. You know, we made it to 1350. You guys are doing it. We're doing it. It's awesome. And I'm thankful for my friendship and my family relationships with all of you. You guys are the best, and I really, truly appreciate it. And I know I say that all the time, but I truthfully mean it because you guys are so amazing. There's going to be some things that you're going to hear tomorrow because Jack's going to be over here and he's going to cook his weekend meals with me. And you'll understand what part of what I've been going through the last couple weeks. And Jack too. And we'll get that more explained, where he's been, what he's been doing and stuff tomorrow, hopefully. he won't be back to cooking with me every day. Not for a long time. He's got quite a bit of stuff to do, but we'll get more on that till tomorrow. But hopefully everything can be on the mend now. Him and I have always been good. We're good. We're good. So don't think that. I don't know what he wants me to talk about. All right. So I'm going to let this cake cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and maybe I'll have some ideas. How's that? All right, so I'm back. So I was reading some of my comments. You know, I posted that picture yesterday of how growing your own food's like money in the bank. And Bruno made a comment, and he goes, you know, he goes, like how they used to say growing, does your money grow on trees or something? And he goes, and really it does if you think about it like that. But I have a funny story about that. I must have been maybe, I don't know, 8, and my sister was 6. And we used to have a pet hamster, and you know, you get those little seeds in there. Well, those seeds won't grow, by the way. But anyway, so she thought that money grew on trees. And so she planted this this Dixie cup. And she planted a penny in there, and she was going to grow a money tree. Well, of course, money's not going to sprout. So I put some of my seeds in there from my hamster food, and it started to sprout all like crazy. So I used to take my change and I'd put it in there. So every day she thought that her money tree was growing. So just a cute story. So anyways, onward and upward with our cake. So I am going to put cream cheese frosting on it. Yeah, I'm not sure where today's video went. I really don't. I don't know what I did and didn't do, and thankful for this and thankful for that. And because truthfully, you guys, I did think about something after last week, is that, you know, sometimes life gets busy and we forget just how grateful we should be, because, you know, we can have it really, really rough, like real rough. And I promise you, there'll be someone that has it way worse than we do. And sometimes we forget about that. And then, you know, we have good things happen to us and we forget to thank God for those things, and or the people that brought them to us, or whatever it happens to be. And let's not be those people. Let's always remember and be grateful and thankful for everything that we get. Because like I've said before, even if it's, you know, bad things that's happened to us, it truly does make us who we are. And who we are is pretty amazing people. And, I mean, we all have our faults. All of us do. There's none perfect, and we all fall, you know, short of the grace of God, and we're far not from perfect. By the way, just in case Sharon's watching this today, Sharon's my pastor's wife, and we can't always get over there because of Tom's schedule or whatever, and it's been a while. But thanks for watching, Sharon, and I really do love you guys, and I watch church every Sunday faithfully, and it was really nice to see your comment, because I really do miss you guys, and I love you guys. So anyways, I hope that through all the Thankful Thursdays and stuff, that we realize that, you know, I don't know how to say it. We can do a lot of stuff on our own. We really can. And I do believe that God helps those who help themselves. I believe that. And I think that God will help those that really help a lot of other people too. And we can't help people just because we think that there's going to be a payback or a reward for it. It has to be because we feel it in our heart and we know that it's right to do and that it feels good. When it feels good normally, you know, well, not always, but it feels good. Most of the time it's probably pretty right. And I think that we need to, you know, there's our assignment for the day. Find something that you can do for somebody else. You know, even if it's making a cookie for somebody or a smile or taking them on an errand, whatever it happens to be, go a couple minutes out of your way and do something for somebody today. And that could be just calling somebody. You know, it could be someone that you know that's been trapped inside their house because they've been sick or whatever. And you call them up and just go, hey, you know, I was thinking about you. Because I think as human beings, we need to know that we have a value. And we need to know that someone cares. And, you know, I mean, we get so busy. We get so busy that sometimes we forget about that stuff. I'm rambling. I know. Right now you'd be like, I need my 4th cup of coffee, Chris. I'm sure we'd be saying that. I tell you. But, you know, if you're getting tired of my ramblings, you know, let me know. Tell me, you know, below that, okay, Chris, we've had enough of your Thankful Thursdays. But be thankful, be grateful for everything. Even if it's just the smallest of things. Be helpful. Don't be used. There's a difference between being helpful and being used. Don't do that. You know, see the value in yourself and don't be taken advantage of either. But if you have the opportunity to help somebody, even if it's just something small, you know, like sometimes you just need to make phone calls for somebody or, you know, pick them up a gallon of milk, whatever happens to be. Smile at somebody, love somebody. Love everybody. Even the bad ones. God never said, you know, that you can't dislike them. You're supposed to love everybody, but, you know, he never said you couldn't dislike them, I guess. Or maybe he has and I just haven't read that. So, I mean, treat people the way that you want to be treated. And love everybody. And make sure that the person that you love too is yourself. Because I think I said something about that last week. If you don't love yourself and you don't care about yourself, you're not going to be good for others. And people, after I was being so stressed last week, they're like, you know, you really got to take care of you, or you're not going to be there for everybody else. And it's true, you know. But I wear my heart on my sleeves, and that's Jazzy here crying. He doesn't usually come out here. What are you doing, Jazzy? What's the matter? He's talking to everybody. Let's see if we can see him. Jazzy. Nope, he's leaving. He doesn't usually come out. Must be he wanted to be a superstar today. It's usually Belle that you guys see. But anyways, I'm going to toss this cake. So let's take a corner where nobody sees it. Yes, Jazz, we hear you. Yes, Jazz. Oh my gosh. That. Oh my. You want to know the truth? It tastes like a pure pineapple cake. What, Jazzy? He's out here talking all about to us. That is really good. It's very, very moist. That's really good. So I'm glad I did that one instead of the apple one today. So anyway, I know I've rambled on as usual. I got a lot of errands to run today, but I do want to thank you guys again for taking all your time and sitting with me and chatting with me and commenting and, you know, All of that means the world. I want you guys to know that you're loved and you're cared about, and that we need you. We need each and every one of you. And if you're having a really rough day, you know what? Even if you got to email me or chat below, whatever it is, let's help each other. Let's be there for one another. Let's love one another. And I hope that that verse today, it kind of says how much we need to love not just God, but everybody else. There he is right there, guys. See him? Jazzy. You got to see the other kitty cat. All right. So you guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And I do love you so much. Thank you very much. And you have a great day.